attention is currency, then this week's screen releases are either asking for a loan or robbing you blind at gunpoint. I'm Varun Kaushik, your resident cinephile with way too much time on his hands, welcoming you to the very first installment of Screen Verdict. 4 titles, 4 temperaments, and wildly different ideas of what you owe them. So, stick around to find out whether you should stream it or skip it. Let's start with a show that loves airports, systems, and explaining itself a lot. If you've ever wondered how illegal things travel business class, this show wants to tell you slowly, very slowly. Taskari, the smuggler's web, flips the smuggling genre on its head by following custom officials instead of criminals. And honestly, that part works. Gold is old news here. It's all about luxury watches and exotic animals for the ultra-rich. Capitalism itself is smuggled here. Now for a while, it feels like a procedural TED talk at an airport. How drugs are swallowed, how flights are intercepted, how flights intersect also, and how systems leak. Then, the thriller muscle flexes. Upright officers, suspensions that are revoked, and an operation is launched. And suddenly the show is explaining instead of moving. There are, however, a lot of moments that pop. Imran Hashmi holds steady, while Amrita Khanvilkar gets to beat goons instead of waiting to be rescued like the damsel in distress that Bollywood also loves. The airports feel alive, but the show keeps circling the runway, hoping that perhaps another voiceover might help it take off. Plot twist, it doesn't. Now the show never really crashes, but it never soars either. A safe 2.5 stars for Taskari, stamped, checked, and waved through. Our next film is not a love story. It's that one notification you should not have answered at 2 a.m. Based on a true situationship, the film announces early on, and you realize these quotation marks do the heavy lifting. True here is different for different people. Free on YouTube, scenes from a situationship looks and feels like it was made between smoke breaks, bad dates, and even worse clarity. 2 young people meet, they talk way too much, they connect way too fast, and they refuse to name or label anything. Classic Gen Z. Ah yes, there's the intellectual monologues no one asked for. And icebreakers like Big Spoon or Little Spoon asked way too early. And of course, that deep Gen Z belief that love should arrive in 3 to 5 business days with express delivery and no baggage. A true indie made by young artists. It is rough around the edges, it's a little wobbly, and at times perhaps it tries too hard to be edgy. But that is its strange beating heart. And when it quiets down, it lands on a very specific ache. Liking someone you don't actually like and staying anyways. Now the movie is not eye-opening cinema, but neither is it pretending to be, which is its beauty. It's raw, it's familiar, it's uncomfortably close. A vulnerable Gen Z journey through labels, or the lack thereof. Situationship gets a cozy, comfortable 3 stars, or shall I say 3 right swipes. Our next cinematic experience, if you can call it that, begins with mythology and ends with you walking out of the theatre wondering where it all went wrong. Rahu Ketu opens strong, celestial legend, cosmic punishment, and big ideas. Then, like every college friend group, it heads for Manali and loses its plot. Repeatedly, again and again. What follows is a crowded mix of semi-CGI spectacle, crime tangents, social messaging, and characters that never really get the room to exist. Mythology is introduced, then politely shown the door. Varun Sharma and Pulkit Samrat barely get to explore Rahu and Ketu before the film sidelines them too, burying them under subplots and sermons oh plenty. Now there's intent here, but there's also noise. There's also a refreshingly active female character. But the film talks when it should think and explains when it should pause. A mythological idea eclipsed by its own clutter. Rahu Ketu settles with a mere star and a half. Cosmic ambition, earthy confusion. Now, should you watch this film? Not really. Long answer, it's a free country, do whatever you want. But then again, not really. 28 years later, the Bone Temple doesn't ask if you're ready, it warns you to stay away. A sign reads, no children beyond this point, and that's not just decoration, that's a contract. Take my word for it, it's not for the faint of heart. The film goes all out. Blood, cults, mutants, and violence that feels ritualistic rather than shocking. Street gangs worship Satan, science mutates, and almost everyone dies badly. Alex Garland's writing is brutal and confident, while Nia DaCosta directs with zero interest in comfort. Ralph Fiennes is haunting, while Jack O'Connell is terrifying. The world here is bleak, oppressive, and fully immersive. This is a horror franchise at its meanest and most unabashed. Horror with teeth and intent. A spooky 3.5 stars for the film, but enter with caution only if you're ready to sit with darkness. That's it for this week's Screen Verdict, where systems leak, feelings refuse to go away, gods lose direction, and somehow the world wants to eat you alive. For the full reviews, the nuance, the details, and the arguments, head to the movie review section on tribuneindia.com. See you next week. Until then, binge responsibly.